Welcome back to Cultural Geography. We are picking up with Roman numeral 4, the Mandate of Palestine. This is the last Roman numeral for this chapter, and we'll see how much we get covered today. The Mandate of Palestine belonged to Britain and included the modern-day countries of Israel and Jordan. Oftentimes, this area of the world is referred to as the Holy Land. Judaism and Christianity refer to this area as the Holy Land because most of the events that took place in the Bible occurred in this small area of the world. This is where Jesus lived, and this is where he will return first to earth. So let's talk about the country of Israel. First fact, there's this flag. Second fact, it is the only non-Muslim country in the region. Because of this, Israel has dealt with many problems from its neighbors since its creation in 1948. I like the picture that you see on the right because it does represent all three of the major religions that exist in the Middle East. You see the Christian church in the foreground. You see the wall, the Wailing Wall of Israel, and then you see the Dome on the Rock for the Muslims. Because of this, Israel has dealt with many problems, however, from its neighbors since its creation in 1948. Let's talk about the physical geography of Israel. Its widest point is about 70 miles. In fact, Israel is about the same size as the state of Massachusetts. Along the Mediterranean coastline is a coastal plain. As one moves inland, it becomes the Shephelah Mountains. Then it becomes the Lebanese Mountains. In the midst of the Lebanese Mountains is Israel. In Bible times, when one traveled to Jerusalem, it always said that they were going up to Jerusalem because of elevation, not its north to south location. We think, say we are in Florida, we're going somewhere, we're going up to Georgia. That only simply means going north. Or we're going down to Key West. Well, that's just north and south mentality. But in Israel, when they went up to Jerusalem, it didn't have anything to do with north or south. It was all based on elevation. They went down to Jericho. They went down to the Sea of Galilee. So it's all about elevation, which, in my mindset, hey, that actually makes a lot of sense, especially since they had to do all of this traveling by walking. The further south one goes, the more desert-like it becomes, but irrigation has helped make the land arable. At the very northernmost part of Israel is the valley of Jezreel, as well as Mount Carmel. By the way, Carmel. How do you spell Carmel? Well, I know in Israel they have a mountain spelled C-A-R-M-E-L, but how do you spell the candy? Oh, C-A-R-A-M-E-L. So wouldn't that be spelled or pronounced caramel? I know a lot of people like to argue that view, but I'm a traditionalist. It's caramel is the candy, Carmel is the mountain in Israel. And it looks that way to me when you spell it too. Anyways, these two land features are located in the northern point of Jordan. Turn your books, please, to page 447. On page 447, there's a box that I want you to read to yourself entitled Bible Geography, and that'll give you some more information about this part of Israel. Once you have finished the video, please unpause, and we will continue. Moving on. Tel Aviv. You can see where Tel Aviv is located right here on this map. It is Israel's largest port city on the Mediterranean. It is the second largest city after Jerusalem with a population of about 350,000 people. There's some debate today as to what is the capital of Israel. Some people claim that Tel Aviv is the capital of Israel because it is the Jewish center of the country. But others like to say that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. I, again, tend to be a traditionalist and go with Jerusalem as the capital. I know some people oppose that, but at this time, the U.S. recognizes Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, and so do I. Tel Aviv is Israel's largest port city on the Mediterranean. Turn your books to page 449, and it reads about the divided capital. One reason why Jerusalem is so divisive is because literally you can see that it's the dividing border between Israel and the West Bank, which is primarily Palestinian. We'll talk more about that later. Also, located in the southwest corner is the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip was taken by Israel from Egypt during the 6-Day War. It is also the ancient home of the Philistines from the Bible. Located in much of the desert countryside are wadis. These are dry stream beds that fill up with water after a storm. It doesn't rain often in Israel, but when it does, these wadis will fill up with water and it will be used. Most of Israel's wadis are located in the Shephelah region before the mountain ranges begin. The Great Rift Valley. We'll actually talk more about the Great Rift Valley next chapter when we get into Africa, but the northern edge of the Great Rift Valley gets into Israel. It's located in Israel. The Jordan River is located in this valley, as is the Dead Sea. The Jordan River is the eastern border of Israel. Therefore, that means Israel is on the west bank of the Jordan River. The Dead Sea is the saltiest body of water in the world. The Dead Sea, you can see, is pictured right here in the blue. That's the Dead Sea. It is located in the southeastern corner of Israel. Because it is also the lowest non-ocean point in the world, all water that flows into it, with the minerals it carries, can only evaporate while the salt remains. That is why it is so salty. On page 448, there's a pink box that I want you to read for yourself. It's entitled Marriage. Read that to yourself. Once you have finished, we'll move on from there. The Mount of Olives near Jerusalem is the largest mountain in the Lebanese plain and is about 2,737 feet tall. This is also where Christ is going to return to earth first to establish his kingdom. The Golan Heights is at the northeastern corner of Israel. You can see that pictured in this green area right there. Israel took the Golan Heights from Syria during the 6-Day War. Just next to the Golan Height is the Sea of Galilee. Jesus spent much of his earthly life near the Sea of Galilee, either with his disciples and calming the sea on numerous occasions, or when he was growing up in the neighboring city of Nazareth. Because of its history, there are layers upon layers of civilization artifacts underground. The term tells refer to huge mounds of layered ruins. In fact, under some cities, ruins are found from the New Testament period. You dig a little further and you might find artifacts from the Old Testament period. Dig even further and in some places you can find some pre-Israel artifacts from the original inhabitants of Canaan. The West Bank of Israel is the mountain region west of the Jordan River and south of Galilee. You can see it pictured here in the green, the West Bank. Israel seized this region from the country of Jordan during the 6-Day War. Turning your books, please, to page 451. Page 451. In that is a blue box entitled Masada. I want you to read that box to yourself. Once you have finished, please unpause the video and we will resume. To finish up the physical geography of Israel, include the Negev, Zin, and the Araba regions. Negev, the wilderness of Zin, and Araba consists of the southernmost parts of Israel. So this area that you see located right here. That's all the notes that we are going to cover today. What I want you guys to do is do page 157 in your activities book. Page 157 in your activities book. It's entitled Judaism. It says, using the information from the feature box on Judaism in chapter 18 of the student text on page 450, answer the following questions. So you just got to use the box, answer the 11 questions, and that homework will be due with your week 4 packet. Hope you all have a good rest of the day. Be good, do good. Bye.